Welcome, everyone, to episode 43 of 1 Hour, 1 Decision. 1H1D. I am Chris.
And I'm Tom.
And we take 60 minutes and play a random game on Xbox Game Pass and decide, do we need to wear a parka?
Or will that not really help at all underwater?
That's a fair point. This episode, we're going to be talking about Subnautica Below Zero by Unknown Worlds Entertainment. This game came out May of 2021.
Yes.
It's fairly recent.
Yeah.
Fairly recent. This is and again, this is not the original game. This is kind of the expansion, or
It has a very similar story to the Uncharted DLC that became a standalone game.
Right. So it's very standalone. You don't need the original Subnautica to play this game. So I play this on the PC, and it was 9.73 gigabytes on there. Tom, how big was it on the Xbox?
8.2 gigabytes. Hey.
Well done, Unknown Worlds. You figured it out, how to properly manage file sizes on the Xbox.
Yeah, they don't know what world they're from, but they understand this one.
Yes, they understand file sizes. That's good. Yeah, so let's get into it.
All right, Chris. What type of game is this game?
I put down first-person survival / crafting game. How about you?
I put first-person survival. Oh, it's almost the same. And then I wrote sandbox, which is kind of this. I mean,
it's true. It's absolutely true. I definitely got the vibes of like a Minecraft or, like you said, No Man's Sky. Well, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but yeah. What's the game loop?
You collect resources to craft items so you can collect more resources underwater.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, when I read your notes, it looked like you wrote collect resources to crap items.
Yeah, it does kind of look like crap.
So I'm glad you clarified that. But I wrote down collect items to build more items to then allow you to navigate this world, which I felt like it was the same thing I wrote for like Forager.
Yes.
This was like, I mean, they're very much the same thing, but
my entire game loop, I think, might be the same up until the underwater part.
Right. So let's see.
Chris,
about
you need to tell us what you liked.
All right. So I really liked the game. First of all, I appreciate the fact that they right off the start give you several different ways to play this game. Mm-hmm. It is not you're not tied into like kind of how, you know what, we played a lot of like survival games recently, haven't we? Yeah. We played Forager, we played
Long Dark.
The Long Dark. Yeah, very surprised about that. I guess Xbox is trying to tell us something. But anyway, I appreciated the fact that there is a sandbox mode where you can just go in and do whatever you want. But even with the story mode, there's two options. There's like a more hardcore way of playing it, where you are not only managing your oxygen and your health, but you're also managing, thirst and I think hunger, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. I did not go through that route because I was like, that's probably going to be super annoying. I just did the oxygen one because I wanted to know more about the story. And I was like, let me just do it this way. So I did that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that just the opening scene I really drew me in. Because one, I was already in first person, but like I thought, because I guess my thought was just I would already be underwater. I didn't realize that you would be in space. I was like, oh, is this No Man's Sky? And then no, they just drop you right into this world where you are pretty much underwater the entire time, or at least the hour that I played it. I also thought that the sea was very pretty.
Yeah.
You know, first person, and you know what? Got to see my feet.
No way.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy about that.
Were they in flippers?
It's they were in flippers. They were in flippers. I am very very happy about that. I'm glad that they put that in there. So, what about you, Tom? What are some things that you liked about this game?
Well, I would like to start by echoing your opinion on the multiple game modes. I like that it had a story mode, a survival mode, a creative mode. Like, you can kind of choose how you want to play the game. Uh, I think it's always great when developers do that. I like that you and I picked slightly different modes. I was managing hunger and thirst and all those other
Oh,
things while I was
okay.
playing. I also thought the underwater world was both interesting and pretty. So on the Xbox One, it came across as well. It wasn't just pretty on the computer. And I thought the sounds and the visuals did a good job of kind of communicating this alien ocean planet that you're kind of hanging
Absolutely.
out on.
Yeah, I like. I also like the going back to the sound stuff. Like you could hear there was like some big baddie out there. It was making noise. You don't know what it is, but you know it's out there, and it's like just waiting for you to get to that point where you're encountering it. In some, So I was kind of cool to be able to like just know that there is something creepy out there. But you know,
Yeah.
I like the crafting system, by the way.
Yeah. I also like the crafting system. I think we both say it was intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
And I
that.
like.
Go
Yep.
ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No,
All
you,
right.
sir. No, you,
Oh,
sir.
okay. All right. I'll go. I did like the fact that like unlike Forager, you could pin multiple recipes.
Okay.
So that like I could in a sense I had a list of things that I can achieve, or like I have a goal. Okay, I need to build my knife, my utility knife. I need to build my flashlight, and what else was there? Oxygen tank. Oh, oxygen. We'll get into that, but um, I appreciated that. That was kind of cool. One thing I do want to mention, I thought that the initial loading screen bar was kind of cute.
Okay.
Because there was a little like
Creature on
kind of
there
creature that kind of like just hopped around, and I think pretty accurately told you where it was
in the
in
load.
the load. So that was good. I like
That's
that
good.
too. What about you, Tom? What else did you seem to appreciate or like about this game?
Um, I thought the beacon to locate my corpse was pretty handy. I think that's
You
only,
actually died.
yeah, multiple times.
Oh, right. Because was it for what reason though?
I ran out of air, I think,
Okay.
more than anything. I
Yeah.
wasn't ever like killed by anything.
Okay.
I just kind of underestimated the amount of time it would take me to get back to the surface, I think is the.
Yeah.
And I
I did like that effect. I did like that effect too.
yeah,
Like the going in, going out of water was kind of cool. The fact like when you start to black out
yeah.
as you lose oxygen was cool. What was the other one? Oh, when you get frozen, that was
I
neat.
don't think I ever saw that.
Oh, I think it's like I don't know how it happened. It might have been like a creature that would kept freezing me. I felt like I was going across like these like penguin looking things, and they would I would just be frozen. Like I had to like break myself out of there, otherwise I would die of
Hypothermia.
oxygen. They were pretty mean.
Okay,
So,
I didn't have
but
to
yeah,
deal with that.
the creatures were neat looking, and yeah, that's
I also put down just as my last like the plot being told through the recordings is very it felt very sci-fi. Like I like
okay.
that. Like this character's looking for her sister and try to
Yeah,
figure out what happened to her, and it's like oh Here, listen to a recording of your sister talking to this dude. It's
Mm,
like, okay, like getting the plot that way was kind of cool.
I can see that. I actually didn't play any of those recordings. I just like read them quickly,
This.
but yeah, with them, were you able to do other things while it was
Yes.
that? That's good. That's
Yeah.
good to know.
So you could
I didn't do.
hit play on the audio recording, and then go about your continue to play the game. You
Okay,
weren't like
good.
stuck.
Because that was one thing I was going to say. I was going to like say I didn't like, but let's talk about what we didn't like about this game, Tom. Now, see, Tom, you were really excited to play this game, so I am actually very curious about what you didn't like. So let's. What
Okay.
about it, Tom?
Well, first of all, and this is the grain of salt that we must all
Mm,
consider, is that anytime somebody hyped something up to me, I'm almost certainly going to be disappointed. Tell
right.
me something is terrible and I will probably like it. Tell me something is amazing and I will almost certainly not feel that way. Uh, so a
To be
lot of
fair, I did not tell you anything about this. I'm sure
no,
it
no,
was
I'm
someone
not.
else
I'm
in
not
your life.
blaming you.
Okay.
This is just the internet, other people, whatever, like
Sure.
talking about Subnautica and how great it is.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, this I'm ready to try this game. It sounds cool.
Hmm.
Uh, well, even just to start playing the game was dreadful on the Xbox One. The load time was terrible. I don't know. I was like, is it loading the entire underwater world right now? Like,
It
I don't
must,
need.
but like you weren't
Yeah,
after that initial
it's true.
load. It didn't
Nope,
happen again, which
nope.
is nice.
So it could be like Minecraft, where it's got to load the whole goddamn world before you start. I mean, even
All those
Minecraft does a better
animals,
job of it.
all those plants. Yeah, everything. It's got to do it.
I guess so. It was frustrating waiting minutes and minutes. I'm sure that on the YouTube version of this, you're going to see how long I waited
Yeah.
before the game started.
Yeah.
Uh, I think constantly needing oxygen in a game that is set underwater is just not a good look. Like it's
Oh my
frustrating.
god.
It's like
Yeah.
it's one of your fundamental game premises, but it's like I can't explore because I need to keep surfacing for air.
Yep.
Like if we're gonna play this game, let me play as a shark so I can just breathe the water.
Right. Which we should be. I'm hoping we get Maneater eventually. In our
I would love to play Maneater. It sounds like a cool game
yeah.
where I don't need to surface
Although
for oxygen every 5
although
minutes.
I'm I'm wondering if it just becomes like another goat simulator, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, but people seem to like it. But anyway, going back to this game, I totally agree with you on the oxygen thing. Literally like I would go out. I'm trying to find just the basic resources to create some of these items, and it's like oxygen low. I'm like, come on, man! I just stepped outside. Like this thing that can't hold that much oxygen. I'm like, I feel like I'm a scientist. I should be prepared. Not even just a scientist, like one that is their mission is to go out to all these planets and and do their thing. So I get it. Her spaceship crashed, but she got to be more prepared than this. She must be like she should be the best of the best of these scientists, like our astronauts are the best of the best. But whatever.
She also knew where
Uh,
she was going.
yeah, she did. Even though it crashed, she knew where she was going. You're right. You're absolutely right. So what's up with that?
Uh,
No idea. But yeah, it was like just that constant management. I'm glad I didn't have to manage the oxygen and the food and the thirst. So I do not envy your playthrough.
honestly, the other stuff wasn't even that bad. I didn't mind
Really?
managing the food and the thirst. It was easy enough to
Oh,
catch fish and
that's
craft
true.
and blah 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 and take care of that. It didn't happen every 30 seconds. It was
You,
like,
you don't raw. You just don't like grab it and like just take a bite out of it.
no, no, you got to bring it
Oh,
back to
that's
the
yeah.
ship and cook it. But then you can cook, grab a bunch, go back, cook a bunch of them, and then have those on your person for when you need them.
What do you think about the inventory system?
Oh, it didn't bother me. I did run
Really?
out. I did run out of inventory at one point, and I was like, "Huh? Like I don't even have that much stuff." And then I
I
realized I was like, "Oh, it's like Resident Evil style with the
yeah,
blocks, and some are
yeah.
bigger and some are smaller." I was like, "Oh,
That really bothered me because I was I feel like because I was like, all right, well, this is a crafting system. This is a crafting game. I need all the materials I can get. I try to gather as much stuff as I can, and I was out of inventory in my whatever backpack that I had on me, and then I ran out of inventory in my storage.
wow."
Yeah, so I was like, this really stinks.
Sounds like
It's
you did a better job of playing the game than I did, Chris.
maybe.
One of two of my other two. Well, I got a couple of more dislikes. I
Hmm.
spent a lot of my hour aimlessly wandering,
Mm,
like, and that's because even though I picked the story mode type thing, there wasn't like a tutorial in the proper sense.
yeah,
Like, like you said, you could pin recipes and things like that, but
yeah.
if I was told that I was supposed to be doing something, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I feel it's the same way that like what happened with Forager,
Yeah.
where they kind of started like they were going to have a tutorial, and then they just stopped. Like they're like you get to that like underwater bay or like pod,
Hmm.
and then they're like, I don't even think they tell you to craft something, right?
They tell you to like reach the pod. I think was like your first instruction or whatever,
Yeah.
and then your second instruction is like break a rock, and then I think they like tell
Okay.
you to like grab a fish, and then the instructions just stop. Like
Yeah.
that's it, and then that's it, and
Yeah.
it's like okay, so I broke a rock and I grabbed a fish, and now what?
You make a fish sandwich out of that rock and
I guess maybe take
fish,
the rock and smash the fish with it until you can
but
eat it.
you but you yeah, that's true. I guess you could do that too.
No, but I mean, once you take this items back to the things and start opening menus and things, that's then you're like, oh, okay, crafting
Right.
system. Okay, these are the resources I need. This is what
Right.
I need to do. But it like I don't know for something that's like I'm supposed to be playing through a plot. Like
Hmm.
if I'm like not figuring it out, then the character should probably say something obnoxious like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I've got to go here and do this
Ex-
thing. Better get over
Well,
there."
she did start talking at one point, like during the like when she crash landed. She says something. When I think she gets to the pod, she says something, and then that was it. Like she gets radio silent, and then you had to go into the menu system like you did and read the audio or listen to the audio logs and any sort of text that was there. I'm like, all right, that to me that bothers me because I didn't play this game fully, but like with Bioshock, they had the audio logs and stuff like that. But then you had the extra characters that would kind of talk to you and stuff like that, so you didn't feel like completely alone. But
Yeah,
maybe that's the whole point of this game too, is the feeling of loneliness because this girl is trying to find her sister.
yeah.
So I don't know. That could be a possibility.
Isolation.
Yeah.
Last con coming out of here for me. I died too many times for the intro part of a game. Like I don't mind dying playing a video game. I think that's totally cool.
Right.
But I feel like you know what I mean. Like the difficulty should
Yeah.
ramp up over time. Uh, Maybe it does, and I was in the easy part and just not doing a good job of it. Like
I, I'm surprised I did better at this game than you. I'll be honest, because I was like, okay, because there was a lot of times where I would start to black out, but I was like, I was
just there.
just at the surface. So then she would wake up after that. I was like, oh, thank God, I made it. So I was happy about that, and yeah, I didn't die too much. The only thing I think I got hurt once, but I don't remember why I got hurt. Um, Maybe some animal like was being aggressive with me. I don't remember. There was a sea monkey that stole my um, scanner. I was using a scanner, and the thing just took it out of my hand. I was like, "What the hell is this?" I didn't have a
Oh,
knife at the time either, so I couldn't like stab it. But I eventually like dropped it. But I was like, but it was being a total jerk because I had to go down underwater while I'm trying to manage my oxygen. So I had to grab the thing and then shoot back up. And I was hoping that there was an area that I can grab, go to the surface, but so be it. So, all right. Anything else that you wanted to talk about with this game?
I don't have any more cons. I looks like we went over a lot of what you covered there.
Yeah.
I think I think it was generally a pretty interesting take on this genre of game. Like
Hmm.
I like the idea that it's underwater that makes it different than some of these
Yeah.
other things. Uh, it really does make me think of No Man's Sky. Like I got a very No Man's Sky vibe out of it, but
Right.
obviously this game is set underwater and not in
Yeah.
space.
Yep. Um, I will say with that, well, first of all, this game is Xbox Play Anywhere and cloud save capable. So again, you can transfer your saves to your
That's good.
Xbox, your PC, and I guess you can play it on the cloud. So that's always nice. I will say also that though the water looks good, I'm sorry, there's no water that looks as good as Sea of Thieves. I will
Mm,
until that time, Sea of Thieves still got that unlock. But now it's time to make that decision, Tom.
yes. Why don't you go first?
Sure. I should think I'm going to keep this game a little while longer. It kept me going, even though the story I felt like I didn't connect as much as I thought I would. With especially with that initial introduction, uh, the there was just enough for me to be like, let me try this a little bit longer and see what I can do with this game. Like, what are my capabilities? Because I got my oxygen tank, I got my knife, I got my flashlight and scanner. I think when I ended the game, I was like, oh, I think I was just about to get more materials to make more stuff. So, I think it was getting into a groove. So let's see if I can hop back on and try it again. What about you, Tom?
No thanks. Uh, no thanks. Like it's a game I wanted to like, and I really didn't. And
Yeah.
I'd rather just go play No Man's Sky. Like I could play this or I could play No Man's Sky. It's going to scratch the same itch, and I enjoy my time with No Man's Sky, and I really didn't enjoy my time here.
See, that's the thing that's interesting because I felt like I enjoyed this more than No Man's Sky.
Well, that's because you're not playing No Man's Sky, right?
Maybe. Um, it's just because like I felt even more isolated in No Man's Sky. Like here, the world seemed more um, interactive and like things were just happening. Like I saw fish and like the environment was interacting with itself too. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I have a feeling that this was not procedurally generated, and that might be the cause of that.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But I was that's where it kind of got me going versus No Man's Sky. So
In No Man's Sky, I'm not running out of oxygen every 15 seconds, so that may be the deciding factor.
that's also true. All right. So those are our thoughts on this game. Let us know what you think. And actually, a shout out to Cowboy from Head to Head podcast. He told me to suggest, hey, you guys ask us some damn questions, all right? Because this segment here is not just for show. We do want your feedback and your questions and all that good stuff here. So let us know. You can hit us up on Twitter at TC1H1D or an email at TC1H1D at Outlook.com. Or check us out when we play the games on Twitch at twitch.tv/1H1D. And we're everywhere podcasts can be, and now we're on YouTube, as you probably see right now. So don't forget to. What do we got to do, Tom? What do they got to do?
No, 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 thanks.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and push that notification bell. Anyway, and of course, we're on the QTB network and all that fun stuff. So we're on their website, qtbnetwork.com slash
And on their app,
1H1D, and on their app, and on Good Pods too, if you so choose to use that. We're on there too. So
Everywhere.
t- everywhere.
Where
We're trying to
aren't
be,
we?
not on Instagram, but that's besides the point. And TikTok.
It's Instagrams are
Eh,
for photos, not for podcasts.
yeah, that's true. So, what are we playing next? Let's see what the RGG random game generator tells us. Tell me, surprise me button. What are we playing? Here we go.
Is it going to be another middle game in a series?
I was just talking to Cowboy about this from head to head. We were talking about this series, and now we're playing it.
What is it?
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh my god, I've never played it.
Mass Effect Andromeda. Wow. All right.
And
I
Andromeda's
just
like
told them
number
I was.
4?
This is like yeah. I think this is the last one that came out. This is like the last. This is also the game. I have no interest in these games at all, so we'll find
Well,
out.
I really liked, KOTOR, which are the, spiritual predecessors of
Hmm.
this whole genre of game.
Yeah.
But
So
I like
we'll
that
see.
because it was Star Wars. Who knows if I'll like this at all?
This is Star people,
Yeah, it's in space.
maybe space. Yeah.
They do have that going for them. I guess we'll see if that's
Yeah, we'll
enough.
see. So that is it for this episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, listening, whatever you're doing. We appreciate it. And we will talk to you on the next one.
Thank you, everyone.